just giving you a head of
Really? You were here at 6 a.m.? You were here at 6 a.m. Physically in the office?
5:45, actually.
Really? I must see the way back.
Okay, 5:30, call the meeting to order. All right, any public comments? Okay. Transfer station and facilities report. Scott, I guess you must have bribed to get first on the list there.
No, he's usually up.
Yeah, look, because we're not gonna talk about that at all, and actually, one of the things is probably what Randy and Teresa are here for, and that's the 911 naming.
And that's what it says, 911 discussion.
Yeah, because I've got a couple of things going on.
All right.
I did receive a copy of the email from Tyler Hermanson back to you guys on that. And the only thing I was gonna update to them is that I understand the process is now you can ask them for a variance. The select board is the end of all ends, that you guys are the ultimate control of 911. The state sets the standards, but people can come to you because you are,
I like it better when it's on you, but you got bigger shoulders.
Yeah, I know.
I think we should just clarify, we're talking about Rogues Ridge and Moose Hollow and that they got
Correct.
connected when
Correct.
they never were, and now they
Well,
are.
yeah, but I mean, that situation being, the only thing that because that's a private road and a
It's
private
right.
development, and my only thing is to make it, to number it by state standard. There is a process, Marcel informed them, they could write to the state, get a hold of Tyler Hermanson to see what he says. They have their reply, and then there is a part of that process though, is that they can come to you and ask you guys for a variance. So until they've made their decisions or whatever, I mean, I'm just wanted to inform you that that's where we were at. They have a right to this process, so there's not moving anywheres on this until they've had their right to the process. But this is what it is that the
So I guess,
roads connect. We have two different names on a continuous road, which does not meet state numbering standards.
I'm sorry, Scott, I'm having confusion. I didn't think that there was any, I thought there were 3 choices. But then you're talking about a variance.
No.
Variance would allow us to...
The right of Randy and Teresa is to contact the state to
Right.
ask for a variance. Then the state doesn't give variances.
He said that already,
We knew
right?
that. But now the right of them is they can go to you guys because you are the top of the chain here. What I'm saying is that I don't think we have the right to step right in and say, okay, you're gonna pick one name or the other until they've been able to have their due process. And my only thing.
I thought there were 3 choices, just to...
Well, there are, I'm not
There's-
talking about the choices,
Well,
I'm actually
they're
talking
choices.
about
Can I
procedural.
Ask you first, I just have a
Yes.
question. So Bill's talking about choices, and I'm totally new to all of that.
Okay.
I didn't see that in the minutes anywhere. I went back to see where there had been discussion here about it.
It's
or
not in our
anywhere.
minutes.
It's not in the
It's
minutes.
what Marcel sent
It's
an email to Randy.
It's really
Okay,
state.
okay, yes, but I would just
I don't
clarify.
think this has come before us.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
No, this is it,
No.
this is it. But Marcel sent an email around that they were now discussing it, and I thought there were 3...
Okay, I didn't know that he sent that email around. I didn't
Well,
know
I think he
anything
sent
about
it to
that.
your husband.
Sent it to me,
Yeah, there
Yes,
you go.
but
We talk sometime.
around, what does that mean around?
Around what?
I don't know, that's what you just said. I'm asking you for clarification.
I said there were 3 choices, and I didn't get to tell you what they were.
Well, you said the email was sent around.
Sent
I don't know.
around.
It was sent to, it was sent
Yeah,
to
that's all I'm
Randy,
asking.
and it was sent to the Lissa, who sent it to the select board.
Okay, that's all I was
Or Marcel
asking.
sent it to us
Okay, yeah.
and Lissa, actually. Marcel sent it, sent it to us.
Okay,
So that we
fine.
could see what the
That-
issue was.
okay.
And he had been working on this with Scott, but it comes down to,
Right, which
in
is
that
what I'm
email,
trying
there
to
were
define.
three-
Sorry.
there were 3
No.
choices, from what I understand. You could close the road back up the way it was, which probably isn't the best bet. You could you don't own the other land. You talk to adjoining landowners and you'd have to get easements from them, you know, with your lawyer and put it in a roundabout of some kind, a cul-de-sac, so that there's some way of turning around, and then that works, and the intersection works, Scott, I believe?
Yeah, I mean,
And then the other one-
Tyler answered Randy's
Yeah.
letter, gave him all that
Right, and then the
information.
easy answer is, we just pick one name, and it's one name, and then, and just like we've done, I mean, heck, I've been here long enough to know, like, High Meadow, oh, my house number's A4, oh wait, it's 618, oh wait, now we have 911, my house number's actually whatever Scott gave it based on the 911 system. So, in my mind, from what I understand, you know, rather than close it off again, which would be the other easiest thing, I guess, would be to, you know, if you want it open, then just make it one name, make it all Rogues Ridge, and then Scott would give 911 numbers to each of the lot people, every time someone gets an access permit from Trevor, and they'll have a new E911 number like every place else, and then it's a done deal.
All right, so how many houses are on Rogues Ridge?
Oh, on Rogues Ridge?
5.
5,
And how many are on
6,
the other section?
right?
6.
6? Okay.
6, and then there's one vacant lot that belongs to someone on Sylvan Ridge. They have a double, they bought a lot behind their house.
And somebody wants to build now, that's part of what this
Yeah,
came up.
I know, I was just.
All
I
right,
was
so
just-
the question is, so we've got 2 roads coming together.
But-
That-
We also don't know if Randy and Teresa have decided
Then
on
what do you want to do?
anything to, because it is a private road, it's a private
It's not.
development, and the state encourages us to work with the people that actually own the road or maintain the road or whatever. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys have come up with something, or if you're still dead set that it's gonna be 2 different names, because it won't be.
Well, it could be if you put the road, if you block the road off again, I guess it could be,
Can we talk
right?
about the history of, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my God.
They say the first thing that goes to mind, Randy, but I
Yeah.
forgot. So I don't
That's
remember.
not the first thing, let me tell you.
Okay, Peter and Mary Culpa.
No, I guess I want to go back to the letter that Tyler Hermanson sent. Apparently, this is not, from what I gathered from his letter, this is not the only issue we have here.
Okay.
We have an issue with
The other side.
Rogues Ridge meeting Signal Hill.
That also has to be
Because
addressed.
it's not a 90-degree intersection.
It comes straight into it.
Okay.
Now, that one, just my thoughts on that, because that one does hook to a town road,
Right,
is regardless of Tyler's,
opinion.
yeah, he and I don't really get along. I would, because I would think it would, the same rights would apply. I've tried to get a hold of him, the guy never calls me back, you know, because I wanted to.
Stay.
I wanted to talk to him to the fact that, I don't know if he understands that 300 feet of that is town road. It's not all
No, he
private
doesn't.
road. So,
Is there signage? I haven't been there in a
Yes.
while. Where's the sign for Rogues Ridge? Is it right there, like Sylvan Ridge stops?
No, it's-
well, so
above the house.
what I
It's
was
above the house.
thinking is that to get out of that mess at least was, if in fact we can ask for a variance, if we asked for a variance of the select board to this, but then had signage, like signage put up that really made it clear, this is a town, you know, end of town road, you're going onto a private road, because I don't really see where the answer is. His idea was to shove Rogues Ridge down to where it meets Sylvan Ridge Road to create the 90-degree
there's-
intersection.
There's
But
an
that, you got 3 taxpayers that are on a public road right now,
And it wouldn't
and
be.
that wouldn't be. And now you're gonna tell them that they're gonna have to pay maintenance.
In addition to their taxes.
Well, which the other
So
people,
that-
they went in knowing
But
that.
they knew that, yes.
But that particular area right there, Randy, I was gonna kind of dig in and fight on that a bit myself, because I think that's a problem right there. I mean, you know.
So what is your feeling? What would you guys like to do?
Yeah.
Well, when this came up, 'cause I hadn't even thought about Rogues Ridge and Signal Hill.
Yeah, forget that.
As an issue.
Let's forget
So,
that.
I was thinking, I mean, the way I look at it, I guess I look at it, well, I got a number of things to chat about here, but I guess if that Signal Hill and Rogues Ridge isn't really compliant with what's going on, my suggestion would be to rename the whole road all the way out through to Sylvan Ridge, Moose Hollow. Because the numbers are all gonna change anyway, whether you do anything, if you start doing anything with Signal Hill and Rogues Ridge anyway.
Right, so I had a question on that too, and I did ask Trevor today, and that was, so one of the things that the state will ask you, like on a road like that, is which way will emergency services come from? And my question to Trevor was, but I know he doesn't run the fire trucks, is if you had a call to say, let's call it the Rogues Ridge end now, would those fire trucks be able to make that turn at the bottom of Signal Hill, or would they just go continuous up to Snow Valley and come up over where they don't have that sharp?
Where the rock is there.
Because it makes a difference, because then, like, if you did Moose Hollow, then that end of it wouldn't change. The numbers would change, because the state says anytime a new road is now created, we must use 5.28 feet.
So that's gonna change the numbers
It
even
will.
on the existing homes?
Yes.
Because it used to be 50 feet.
No, wait a minute, wait a second. No, actually, I think, now that you've jogged my memory, in a conversation I had with Tyler, he said that if it came in from the Moose Hollow end, it would start after those houses, because they were pre-numbered prior. And that really, you're combining the two roads together, so you're actually creating it from that point on. That's where the 528 feet would come into play.
So from the last house that's numbered.
The last house on Moose Hollow,
5 feet, whatever.
out through.
What was the measurement before?
50.
50, that's gonna be confusing, because all the services are thinking 50 feet, but
So-
okay.
So what about Scott?
Yes.
This is kind
No,
of,
no,
and maybe
please.
Randy will say, I
Go
can
ahead.
answer that, but on going from Moose Hollow to Rogues Ridge, just the last 4 lots on the right, before Rogues Ridge, not developed, not sold, they're owned by
Okay.
Rob
Trolling.
Froling, yeah. So where would they come into play? Would they be,
Well, as-
which road would they
Well,
belong to?
if in fact we did as Randy suggested, we make it all Moose Hollow, then the whole thing would be Moose Hollow, regardless of which end you entered it on. The numbers, I would further ask the fire department, like seriously, like, you know, if you did have, can you turn those tankers on off of 30 up Signal Hill, or are you always gonna probably try to shoot down to Snow Valley? Because then, you know, regardless, the numbering, no matter which end they go in on, the numbers are either gonna be ascending up or descending down.
So is there
So they
something
would
Steve
be-
or Stuart need to go out on site, because you know the trucks?
There's the captain, I'm just the president.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
I mean-
I think for the most part, we can make that corner.
Yeah,
The only thing
because
that
I
would make
could-
it was is the Merriman, we'd have to back up once there.
Yeah.
But the rest of
Could you
them,
number
Yeah.
underneath the road's name? Could you put like, 40 to 47, like Moose Hollow 40 to 47, for instance, and have the arrow go one way? No, that's not.
They don't really
I mean, I
like,
didn't know. I'm
they
just asking.
like it to be
I know, they
as
like-
simple
yeah.
and informative as possible to avoid
Yeah.
any confusion whatsoever. My thing is that regardless, yes, I have state standards, but I think some of them are stupid.
The,
So
I
it sounds
try
like
to
the
work
fire
around-
truck is not an issue.
Right.
I think we can make it, I'm not sure we can make it in one turn, but then a quick backup, we probably can get
the,
around.
one thing that I'd like to, which wouldn't affect that road, but like if you're coming up Stony Hill Road, what are the numbers to the left and what are the numbers to the right? A lot of towns put number 305 plus, 305
Yeah,
minus.
that's what I just said,
Because,
yeah.
but that one, we aren't coming in the middle of the road. We're coming in from an end, so I don't think
I
it
see.
works. I don't think it
Yeah, I
works as well.
see.
It either ascends or it descends.
Right, I
And
mean-
all roads from their origin are right side even, left side odd.
Right,
And all roads
because our
descend from
measurements
their
here start
origin.
from down just below your house.
Yeah. They
And,
go up.
Right, and then we're in kind of a weird situation anyways. Thank you, Ted.
Well, and that's another thing
Because
that,
we're on the 1,000, or no, we're on the 100 listing instead of the 1,000 listing.
yeah, and that's another thing that, like, myself and you as a board, we need to come up with, and maybe get Derek in on it, is to, because we have the, you guys have the right, the authority by the state to make people post their 911 numbers per regulation. And I think it's time that,
Well, a lot of that's gonna be in the alarm ordinance.
Yep.
Or at least for the people who have alarms.
but as far as, so as far as this is concerned, the way I can see this working, even with those 3 houses that are there, and a little fudgery, but that's just the way the world works. It can be all Moose Hollow, right down to that intersection, with the acknowledgement that that 300 feet is still taken care of by the town. So that those 3 people that do live on a town road don't feel like we've,
Sure.
I will shoulder the shit that I'm gonna catch for changing their number.
Well, so the problem there is, how is the town doing it now? How are you doing that?
They back up.
Well, we go up, we actually turn around on Rogues Ridge.
Oh, and then come down and
Yeah,
plow.
since they put that development in, see, used to we have to drive up, back down, and then get out of there, but now with that development in, we go up to the second driveway on the left and turn around, 'cause it's a flat spot, and then come back down now.
But
Okay.
I guess my concern with doing that would be, how do we document it in the town going forward, that this is kind of a special situation, so you don't have somebody coming from Rogues Ridge, private, going like, but you do this section, you know what I mean?
Well, that's just how it is, but, I mean,
Well, I
we
think-
put it in the
Because
minutes.
that's already town road.
Yeah, it is town road, we're not making the other one town
Right.
road. but-
Existing, it, we're
But so
not.
your suggestion is that all the Rogues Ridge people, and there's only 5 of them, they get notices that, well, there's also a lot of lots
Mm-hmm. Well,
on the
I-
other side that aren't built on yet. But
Everybody there would get
a notice saying
a
this is your new
notice,
address.
even though it's not gonna affect the one end,
The
but
fir-
they ask you to do that. to
So
give
everybody gets a notice that this is, we're calling it Moose Hollow.
It's gonna be Moose Hollow Road.
So when's that?
I will
so-
recheck with Tyler about the numbering thing from that end house on. Even if they just have to change their number, that's not quite so bad, but I'm sure that's what he
Well,
told
I
me.
even thought if we could somehow hyphenate it, you know what I mean? You know, but you know, I also wanted to just bring up, and this is kind of like, when we came up with that name for the road, we were just gonna do Rogues Ridge all the way through, but was it Scott you're talking to, or
Beth?
No, that.
Beth?
Well-
Beth, she's not here, but anyway, she said, because we said, she said you can't have the same name if they don't connect,
They
got
don't
it.
connect.
So then we said, well, how about upper and lower, or east and west, south and north, whatever,
Nope.
but they don't do that, she
Nope.
said. So that's why we had to come up with a name.
To-
And that's just giving you a little history of where that all
I
came
didn't know
from.
that.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so
now we
we
can-
had already come to the town and they told us, come up with a name for your road.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
You have
we were-
to have a distinct name.
Why don't you just connect
for
it back in
every
the
road.
day? Like,
Well, you know, I don't know, money?
Connect what?
Why didn't you just connect it back in the day?
Back in the, yeah, back when you
yeah.
started doing
Yeah,
it.
well, it takes money to do that stuff.
I don't know how, I haven't seen it, Mandy, I don't know how much.
Kick it right up there, it's
But
beautiful.
you did now, so you have money
Yeah.
now.
Well,
You didn't have money
When you
then.
sell lots, you have money.
My mother died, his mother died, what can I tell you?
Mine died, I got nothing, so.
But you know, from my end, if, and I'm totally agreeable with, and I certainly will, because I don't believe this other end is just all in Randy's wheelhouse, this little thing where it goes from a town road to a private road. I don't
I'm
believe
sure we're
that's
gonna
all
hear
on him.
from the people who live on Rogues Ridge, because they say, we've got our stationery all printed, so we don't wanna change ours.
It's not, that's have homeowners insurance, but you know what?
Well, you know, I mean, I'm sure we're gonna hear from them, but I
Look,
think
it
we're gonna have
happened in
to.
90s when
Well,
we
you're
got,
right.
in the 90s when we got 911 numbers, everything changed, all over the mountain things changed. People had, you know, lot number addresses, people were, I mean, it's all over. I just saw one the other day, even Vermont Ventures. Somebody said, oh, this is lot 71. No, it's 40 Loop.
Well, and here's,
You know?
and here's just food for thought, at some point in the future, I don't know when, the state's gonna come in here and renumber this town anyways.
They're gonna go to the 1,000 reading.
I told Trevor, they, like, right now, they have a guy that just drives around the towns. I get usually about twice a year, I'll get pictures like this with these stupid red dots all over them in their problem areas in our town that Tyler has pinpointed from this guy driving around, and then he gets this aerial shot, and then he sends me them with the little red dots. What's this? What's that? What's going on here? So we're always under the radar regardless.
So it sounds like we kind of got a solution, I think. Is
Yeah,
that
I'm
right?
fine.
Are you gonna just make sure it's okay to do it and then?
The only thing I want to double check on with Tyler is, and I'm
Number.
sure that he said to me the numbering thing, regardless of which end that, if we went from the Moose Hollow end, because that's an ascending sequence, that it would start after the last house, the 5.28 feet.
Doesn't make
because
sense. It seems like everyone
Rogues
should renumber,
Ridge-
because how is services gonna? You know?
But you know
This
what,
is
we're gonna
your-
drive to see smoke.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, oh, we got a house, all right,
What about the
no, it's here, no, let's go to the next one.
What about the ambulance? I
Well,
don't see any smoke.
well, you know, at least if we start getting real numbers on houses, because a lot
Well,
of
that's what I
people,
mean.
a lot of people put a fancy scripted sign that, what does that
It's
say?
not lit up.
And it's not reflective, you can't see what it is.
It's
I
like
mean,
Jones Camp.
You know, I mean, it makes it difficult to find it, whereas if we light up a driveway with headlights.
So when I first started, when I took over the 911, I had 5 pages of standards. This new one is 85 pages long.
Really?
I've read it all.
Yeah.
So you're
And a
ready
lot
to
of
take
it is
over
just
911 for
absolutely-
Scott?
Yeah, so you're ready to go.
But I got a lot of answers.
You know, I mean, they're.
I'm just thinking, I'm thinking we kind of got our direction
So
on this.
what do we do now? What is our procedure to continue?
So from this point, it's comes on me
Okay,
now that we've made a decision and we're okay.
You're gonna come back and tell us it's all good or no? we got-
So what'll happen is that, I mean, if it's okay if I take a day off,
Don't you have Wednesdays off? What the heck? You need another?
yeah. Yeah. No, the first thing that will happen is I will contact Tyler to make sure what he told me about the numbering is correct. And then after that,
Don't just tell him that's what he told you.
I will go out.
Find out, because it doesn't make sense to me for services, but I'm not in charge. So
But I will go
doesn't
out
matter. Doesn't have
at
to
that
make sense.
point with my dinghy wheel and measure the whole road, get new numbers
Yeah.
for the 5 houses that are on the Rogues Ridge end.
The other thing,
Actually,
too, can I
I'll
just-
need-
sorry.
I'll need to get numbers for those 3 at the bottom.
I think I have them. They're in the email from Tyler.
No, these are gonna be new ones.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
it was
once
that.
I have,
because we're gonna call it Moose Hollow, all the way from the
through.
upper end down to the intersection.
I mean, if people just have to understand that, and because of state requirements, we had to rename the road.
it's not that I wanna do this.
No, yeah.
I mean, Jesus, not in any way, shape, or form. So once I get those measurements and I hook those new numbers to the homeowners.
And new name
Are
and
there,
numbers.
are there other
I bring up
lots
a letter,
on Rogues Ridge and that are not developed yet?
Yes,
Yes.
quite a bit.
How many?
At least,
On the left?
yeah, well,
No.
if you're going,
There's one on the left and there's gonna be several on the right.
if you're going from Rogues Ridge
Yeah.
side, on the right, there's probably 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And there's a crossroad too, that I think that's all owned by Hunter, not David Hunter.
Yeah.
So you're
Virginia.
gonna have
Bob
to
Hunter.
let it
Well,
all done.
No, what
Bob doesn't own it
happens
until
is
Virginia dies.
when somebody goes to build on one of those lots and they apply for an access permit, then I'll go up there
Measure it
and
out.
measure it off and number.
I have one right now.
And
Right.
theoretically, it'll be Moose Hollow and Happy
Moose
Camp.
Hollow. I'll
It
make-
sounds fine to us. I'm sure
I'll-
we're gonna hear at least 5 people that are
Can I
gonna
just say
disagree with that.
one
Well,
other-
they can-
I mean, I don't know if this really has anything to do with it, but maybe it kind of helps our cause. But on the Moose Hollow side, all of those people are part of a road maintenance agreement. And maybe on Rogues Ridge there is too, but right now there's nobody that is overseeing that. Right now, as long as we still have lots on Moose Hollow, we are overseeing that, you know, that it's maintained and whatever. I don't know if that has any bearing or not, but I just thought I would throw it out
I guess
there.
that'll be kind of a community meeting between all of you folks.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say that, you know, that's the way that is. So we can't really go to them and say, we'd have to go to them individually and say,
Yeah.
that's all.
Well, hopefully it will go smoothly. I guess, Scott?
I'll try.
So
to make it
if
go
that's the way you
smooth as
guys
I
want to
can.
proceed and Scott is happy with that, I would say
Because
we're
ultimately,
okay with that. Would you?
It is your,
Well, if there's any, you know where I am. Call me whatever
Yep.
position.
I think the people who are affected, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess go ahead and
So that one-
see if that will pass muster. I mean, it just,
well, the only thing that, like I say, is I just do want to double check with Mr. Speaks, I'll be back. with
well,
that.
it would be nice
That
to
that
have
is
it.
the numbering that he told me I could do, and then I'll jump right on it and get that all in.
It really, as far as your 50 and 52.8 feet, is not gonna make a huge difference with the fire department because, as I said, we're gonna go.
You'll see the smoke.
And we'll either see smoke or
But the
or there'll be
rescue.
road numbers there. I mean, because it's still a crapshoot at this point because so many people don't have them or they, oh, I don't like that number, so I'm gonna put my own number up.
But that's,
Well, that's a whole nother
That's a
thing.
whole
That's a
nother-
compliance issue and that
Right.
should be
Yeah.
addressed.
Well,
Scott should be sending letters out.
As we find out about them, we will.
Right.
well, this just has more shit than my plate.
There
Okay,
goes your day off.
so
So much for my day off.
is that all we have to do with?
Yeah.
Yup,
The
yup,
911?
that one,
Sounds
go with
like-
that
sounds
one.
good.
And I just want to bring you up to date, or up on this other one that I got going on, which was at the end of,
What used to be Sugar Bush Extension.
right.
The
And then,
Parking lot for the town.
It's called Eagle View now.
right, so
Eagle View?
Eagle View Road. So it had to be renamed because again, they're tagging us Sugar Bush Extension.
Too close.
It's too close together, too confusing. But the other thing is that when Mr. LaRosa bought his huge lots at the end, it went from 2 houses to 3 houses, which automatically triggers a road name. Well, when it triggered the road name, it automatically triggered that, ooh, you can't have that one, which meant a renaming. My experience is when you deal with a road that needs to be renamed and everybody on that road's a second homeowner, the state will ask you to get them involved. You will never get a road name because this person will have theirs, that one will have theirs, and this one will have theirs, and they won't agree on it.
Right.
So I looked at our list of roads because they want our stuff to be as far removed now.
Yeah, that's a good name.
I looked at it and I was like, well, you know, you gotta kinda goes up a mountain here, whatever. We don't really have anything that's with an E. And I kind of was like, well, hey, Eagle View Road, that's distinct. There's 2 people. So the one the one, 'cause she's been very respectful in her emails. And I've got a lot of them from her. She's absolutely adamant she's not changing her number or her address name. The funny part is, Bill's aware of the situation. she literally, now they were parking in the right of way, which they can't do because you can't block the right of way. So now they park on the lawn, they access off of Sugar Bush Road. But they actually have a driveway that was supposed to go to Sugar Bush Road to their
You can
house.
see it, it's there.
Not
It was dropped in.
not the
Or
right
cut
of way. So my only thing to you guys is like, I got this thing stirring and I am,
Thank you.
I am, I am going to respond to her that I am sorry that you are not happy. Her feeling is, it's a private road, the town does not maintain it, doesn't do any maintenance to it whatsoever. She wanted to know what authority I had to change the name, which I
911,
explained, the state of Vermont and the Winhall Selectboard. She still doesn't believe that should be, I'm just a
Is it a
stranger.
second homeowner?
Yeah, second homeowner.
So,
The other thing is,
So the end result is I have gotten her, I've showed her information on how it was all derived and decisioned and the whole 9 yards. But my final email to her is gonna be, if you are adamant that you wanna remain with your address, put the driveway in that was left into your home anyways. It comes out on Sugar Bush.
yeah, you just need a permit, it's flat, there's no
Flat,
culvert.
there's no, well, yeah, Trevor knows
You know-
where they're,
Oh, you've been out there?
You know, and I have been out there, and in my, after a conversation with Scott, I had even told Scott, you know, something like this, maybe waive the initial fee on it to help her kind of eat
Yeah.
water a little bit. You know, if Beth still wants to do her end, I can't speak for her, but
No, you
just to, that way there we had the legal documentation that there is an actual access now. She has made comment about where I put the street sign, but it's the only spot I can put it at this time because it's on her lawn.
well, is it within the right of way?
It's in our, but she just letting you guys know, and she's, you know, and once Scott gets done with her, because the email went to Lucia, then to me, then I forwarded it along to Scott, let Scott do his thing. Then I can step in and say, okay, this is where we're at, this is how we think we can help you.
So the other thing is, right after her house, before the land that the LaRosas just bought, there's a lot that Peter Roy just sold. It's a 10-acre lot. And it accesses on that same road.
right next to their
I don't think
house.
there's any other way to access it.
Oh, it comes it's right between the Rosas,
Yeah.
In their place.
And that house.
so there's better ones
This
in
is a
there.
10-acre
This
lot,
is
and
my
Peter Roy just
file
sold, I
on,
think.
on that one
Oh,
up
right,
there.
but I wasn't part of the deal.
That's all the crap that I went, just to show you in comparison. This is the one for Rose Ridge and Moose Hollow. Look how simple that one was compared to,
You're telling us it's the whole thing, right?
well, you didn't cause me many issues is what I'm saying, really.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
moving.
But basically, I just wanted to bring you guys up to date because you are the final de facto, and if I keep running into
I just have
resistance,
to ask,
yes.
what is the reason given for the name not wanting to be changed by this homeowner?
Because they have been there for 27 years and they have always had the address
So the
of
newcomers.
Sugar
Fairly new.
Bush Road, which is actually wrong because they're parking in the right of way, which tells me, did you just decide not to use where the
Well,
driveway
maybe it was someone
was?
before them, but that driveway and parking area was there. It's just not right in front of their door.
But it's because, yes, they've been there for 27 years, this has always been their address, and, you know, and I did it.
But they used to park in the
No,
road.
right away.
Because it was a dead end. It didn't seem to matter.
But now you can't.
Understandable,
But
but
now times have changed and
Times
it's gonna be
changed.
utilized.
yeah,
so-
it is being used.
I did, when I did answer, I did tell her that I sympathized with her, that I wouldn't
Yeah.
want a stranger coming onto my road and just renaming it, but we all have to accept change, and that this stems out of the state and the state's new requirements. And the state doesn't care.
Ultimately for safety.
That's what it's all
They
about.
could easily just be on Sugar Bush.
Yeah.
There is their driveway, their old driveway's there, you can see it. So they just have.
Quickly, one thing that you will see, one of Trevor's guys didn't quite pull in all the way in his garage and brought the door down and the door unwound and
what?
pushed the
On the
door
new
off the
garage?
truck and the door came down and went kawango and we're gonna have to have 3 panels replaced on it.
Yeah, okay, nobody got hurt.
Nobody got
All
hurt.
right, that's the main thing.
How much is that gonna cost?
Gotta find
It is
out.
what it is.
We'll find out.
A bit.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't get a final because I had to, they were supposed to meet me there at 1.
I guess my
I
question
showed it at 10
is,
of, they were already gone.
should it go through insurance?
So I've already taken the pictures of the damage and everything else, I just have to pass them to Alyssa.
Okay.
Okay.
Depending upon how much it's gonna be.
Right, that's it.
I figured I would call them tomorrow just to firm, because I need that number, I knew that for insurance purposes for Alyssa. So
Okay.
I knew I needed that, so I was gonna give
Is it
them a
usable
call.
now?
They-
Okay,
But they jockeyed everything around to
okay,
be
Okay.
able to get in and out.
all right.
But I can tell you this, that, thanks for the camera system. Cameras don't lie, they tell you
What?
everything about how things happen and, you know.
What, oh, you mean the cameras is what showed you what happened? Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah, I was able to watch the camera and actually see, and it wasn't, you know, because the theory at first was that the spring broke.
Oh. Well, it did break.
Oh, yeah, no, the spring didn't break, the cable's gone down, but.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. So you're all set with what you gotta do then?
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott.
I've got a direction.
All right, thank you.
Okay, well done.
Appreciate your help.
Highway Department report and discussion. What do you got, Trevor?
I would agree with Coach.
Trevor has very good news though.
Yes, we saw that. I didn't respond, but.
No, that's fine. No,
That was really very cool.
yeah, it came in and after a lot of help with Lissa, because it was a process to get
Can
accepted.
you explain?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
It's a leadership course that's put on by the state. It goes on
Road
and
performance.
yeah, well, it's just a leadership. I mean, it's
Yeah.
forward. It doesn't. It's to help you with. There's all kinds of. And I apologize, I don't have a copy of it, but
Yeah.
I think it's all in the email. It just lays out so many different scenarios, and it's 1 day a month right through until November. And like I said, it was interesting to apply for it. Lissa had to help me. I had to do a resume. I haven't heard a do a resume. I've been in the same spot for so many years, but then she had to write a letter of support to submit to them, and I had to do some paragraphs and stuff. So I was accepted to it, and it's supposed to start tomorrow. How likelihood is probably not going to start for me, but I did reach out to them before I signed up and asked the question, "What if?" And they said, "Not a problem. Just let us know. We'll forward you some stuff for the next day." So 1 day a month I'll be gone. It's up in Barry. I think it's a good thing, and I think it's going to help me, and I think we'll see how it goes.
I think that's a great
Yeah,
opportunity.
I think that's good too.
Yes.
So-
Thank you, Lissa. and
Yeah, no,
Trevor.
we spent a good half hour or 40 minutes trying to figure my world out. She didn't like the way I picked things up. It was a mess.
Oh, we have another thing that has to do with roads, actually. That came up, that Lissa forwarded to us, and I'm looking here, she didn't forward it to you, so maybe you're aware or not, but we had a request from Chris Lacker that, we had a request that, you know, when you come into Stratton View and that keeps washing out, it's their road, it's not our road.
Oh, this one up here?
Oh, okay, now I know what you're
And he
talking
made
about.
a request that we consider taking over just that part of it.
Yeah, well, because remember, they came to us last year and asked us about helping with that
We said
culvert.
that's private, and we don't do it.
They do
Never
have
have.
No.
they have a meeting tomorrow with Mark.
There's one problem with that development. They do not have a 3-rod width right-of-way. When Bill Weiner
Yeah,
did
I
the
remember.
development, I believe he did 35 or 40 feet, which made it so that it couldn't become a town road. He
Yeah.
tried to make it a town road
It can't
at
meet
one
town
time.
specs, I got
Right.
it, I know that.
And,
It looks like they're also trying to work something else out, though. There's something about, and I didn't look at that, and now I see where it
they're
is.
trying to get the state
They're
to
saying that
condemn the
by
bridge, the
Tim's.
culvert down at the end of.
Playbacks.
Right, at the end of Homestead and Clayback's
They're saying
property.
that that's been backing up into that, but
Well,
I've seen it come.
the problem is, the main highway is low there, but also, the water can't all get through that culvert. Now, back around the time of the flood, they were relining that culvert. They relined that one and the one up by Dave Simonetti's.
Yep.
Which, I'm kind of surprised they didn't replace them, but they relined them because they thought they were saving money. But now it figures we've got the road all fixed, so let's tear it up and have bumps
I'm
again.
just feeling personally that unless I get some better explanation, I don't see this as.
I don't see there's much we can do with
That's
that.
not our answer. If he can get the state to deal with that culvert and somehow make a bigger one or whatever, that's great.
Which would solve some of the flooding problem
If that does-
along by the library, because the water gets backed up so much that it flows over the road
Yeah.
and floods Homestead and the library property.
So anyway, just thought I'd bring that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
thank you for-
I'm pretty sure it was last year, I think it was, they.
Yeah, they
sent
did.
an email in asking
Yeah,
if we
they
could
said,
help them
can we-
get grants or something for it.
I don't,
And that's what he was saying, if we take over just that, whatever, 400 feet, then we could get grants, but first of all, let's just send him a link. We hardly ever get grants, I mean, we get some. Grants for road stuff is, catch as catch can. And we're not taking all that over, then what do? Plow that little piece? You're gonna change 911 numbers there too? I mean, so I don't see that
make
as
sure
an
you do
answer.
52.8 feet though.
I hope that he can work something out with the state, and maybe you do. He is meeting, it says Thursday,
Yeah,
with Mark, so I don't know if you want to
we
be
may
around.
hear about it next meeting.
Martin and Josh.
Okay,
I can go down there if you guys want me to, but I don't know how much
I
you want to
think you
get
better,
involved
Yeah, I don't-
with
I
that.
think you better stay out of it.
Because once we start showing
No, you
interest.
work on the garage door.
Yeah, good to go.
I think by the looks of things, I'm gonna be doing something different, but,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's snowing big flakes right now.
yeah. that's
So
what I
anyway,
think.
just thought that should come up while you're here and everyone else is
Okay.
here.
Oh,
So-
and the other thing on my stuff is the standards you
Right,
have.
I've got them,
Needs to sign.
I've got them right here,
Yep, but other than that, I don't have much. We're still plugging along.
okay?
As you see, we've been dealing with these pop-up flurries for 6 inches.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Keep
one's
coming.
actually, this one,
Yeah, I just got a weather warning. This is gonna get nasty here in a little bit, so I'm gonna,
let's keep going.
thank
Okay.
you guys, good job.
So, we
Access
have,
right-of-way permit?
we have,
There's no permit.
I don't see
Can I
those.
ask one question, please?
That's
That
why.
was
Could
one.
this be a situation where you could
You got a
have
pen in there.
Yeah.
Donnie fill in so you could make it to Barry if the roads aren't horrid?
I don't know. I mean, it's not really an end of the world thing if I don't go. That's why I signed up
I'd hate for
for it.
you to miss the first one, just my point.
Yeah, I mean, we
But
can.
no,
You-
no, I'm
You
just,
assess it,
you
it's
make
a
the
thought.
best judgment.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know we
All
did.
right.
Yep.
If that's all you got to report there, then we'll move on to certification of compliance for town road and bridge standards and network inventory.
Friday, is that when you start? Tomorrow?
So, this is just to say that we're up to date, correct?
Yes.
Or that we're,
We are in compliance with the state standards.
okay. So, can I get a motion that we sign this?
Make a motion that we sign the state road standard.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Oh, I see, Barry, March 21st, so it's tomorrow. Oh, yeah, so you're not gonna be around. for
I mean, it depends on how this works out. I mean, this is supposed to be out of here.
This
quick.
other guy's note, the gentleman's
Yeah.
note on Stratton View said that he's meeting with Mark and Josh and he'll get back to us.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's not an issue for you, but yeah,
No.
it's tomorrow. I think you should try to go to it.
And I might be able to go. I mean, because we're probably gonna come in at 5 and it only takes us a couple hours to get things buttoned up. And then I could still probably make it.
Okay,
I'm not, I mean, I think we're gonna be okay.
well, see what you can do.
Yeah, we don't even know.
All right, now we
what this
have
is.
town road and bridge standards. This goes on for a whole bunch of pages.
It's the same as it was last year.
There's still a whole bunch of pages.
Yep, we have to recertify
I
every
move that
year.
we recertify the town road
This
and
doesn't have
bridge.
anything to do with culverts.
It does. It's like, we follow the state standard for culvert replacements and
Okay.
roads.
Right, so I move that we
and ditches.
recertify our compliance with the state standards, our objective
I
of meeting the
second.
state standards.
Motion was made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then we have a annual financial plan for town highways. And this basically goes on to say that we spend at least $300 per mile for each mile of class 1, 2, and 3 town highway.
What was
Obviously,
that called?
the annual financial plan for town highways.
I move that we accept and approve the annual financial plan for town highways.
I second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I don't think we have no access permits, so,
We have, I'm sorry, I was gonna say the liquor board, but that's not.
well, we also have Derek here, he's not on the agenda, but he's got some stuff to talk about. Okay, so anything else for you?
No, just to touch base real quick, the little washout on the access road that you, underneath the guardrails, the Hunter was
fixed it.
supposed to have gone up and fixed it today.
I believe they fixed it today.
So-
I got,
They were up there this morning.
I got word they did.
So, but other than that, I mean, we're just gonna go play in the snow by the looks.
Well, you know, this could disappear.
The cars are covered now,
Yeah,
so.
well, that's a good thing. So-
All right, thank you.
You all set? Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, liquor board, you got something?
Yes.
What do you got for drinks?
Yeah, you don't bring drinks when you don't like
All kinds of good ones. No, I made them all today.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
so-
you did, didn't you?
So 7-Eleven has a second class license that needs to be approved.
That is beer and wine, that's beer?
Beer and wine.
Well,
Um,
I thought they stopped the wine.
No,
It's not
they stopped liquor.
They stopped the liquor, or the wine's
Glass.
still in there, I just have.
Derek, you got any problem with that one?
I do not.
Okay,
7-Eleven is also getting a tobacco license and tobacco substitute endorsement that you guys don't sign, but
Well, we don't sign anything anymore.
no, we don't sign any.
you don't,
It's
you
We
just,
just
approve
approve
those.
we'll just give our bless, we'll just give our
Approve
blessing. Is that what you're
tobacco.
So we
saying?
don't approve tobacco.
And then Brownlee View is applying for a first-class hotel license and an outside consumption permit.
And did you, and
I
did
thought
you-
we already
No, we were
approved the
waiting because they didn't get the
outside.
checks. Did you get the checks? That's what you're.
I don't believe that the
That
checks have
was
come in yet.
waiting for money.
Yeah, they just sent the first-class hotel license in.
Well,
Is there,
the last meeting, our town clerk and liquor board coordinator said, they keep telling me they're sending me the money, and I'm not putting this in until they send me the money.
Okay.
So, that's what.
You better talk about the town
She brought
clerk.
up
go
the
ahead.
outside consumption at a previous meeting, but we didn't.
We didn't approve
Approve
anything
it.
because she hadn't.
Well, is there anything for us to approve or just that we're aware?
No,
that
we
these are-
motion
No, I
to
think-
approve we just don't sign it, it's 7-Eleven, I move that we approve 7-Eleven.
I second for their second
Okay.
class license.
Yeah, second class.
Motion was
license.
made and seconded for
Let me just make
7-Eleven.
a call real quick.
Yeah, do that, because, I mean, I'm okay to approve it, but I'm not crossing that.
We'll come back to, yeah. Okay, so motion is made and seconded to approve 7-Eleven. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that one passed.
She's got a
We will
bunch of
have,
tobacco now.
we will revisit that in a minute if,
Yeah.
our thing, all right.
Yeah.
So old business, alarm ordinance. What's the status of that, Lisa?
You'll have a public hearing on the 3rd of April, the next
3rd of
meeting.
April? So do we
It's
have
just
to
on
read it all out or just, I hope not, because
No,
it
it
is
was-
19 pages long.
It's, yeah, there was an ad posted and it's on our website and
Good.
you'll have to have a hearing.
Did we switch to the Journal, or what did we do?
That one is still through the
News guide?
news guide. 'Cause
Okay,
it
because I know there was
a while
timing
ago,
issues,
but-
they kicked.
The Journal is, trying to learn their process for advertising. They have
Okay.
it's all an online portal thing, so it's
Ah.
like this,
Okay,
I'll figure it out.
What you got?
Approve it, and then
Oh.
we'll deal with the payment after.
Okay.
okay, so I move to approve the outside.
First class and outside
Yeah, as long
consumption.
as there's been no issue with Bromley View, chief?
No.
So I move to approve the first class and the outside consumption.
Okay.
Second.
Bromley View.
Motion made and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
now
You'll
we're
deal with it.
cruising.
You guys will deal with it from there.
Snowing out
Shh, we
there.
gotta get out of here, keep going.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Let's see, Trevor's gone already.
Transfer phone, that's all on hold.
We're still, yeah.
Marcel and I are going to a short-term rental thing, and we've got a community member
the-
interested.
The affordable
Not,
housing.
I mean, affordable housing.
The affordable
sorry.
housing that we just got the notice on from Wyndham, right?
The housing resource workshop.
Yeah.
I have
Oh, that's
taken
good.
off work. No, not the Wyndham Regional
not?
Housing. It is, that's a new one.
Because that just came up and I got it and then
I
you
sent it 'cause
forwarded
I didn't
I already
know.
got it, right.
There's another one on the 5th, and a community member named Cheryl is going, and so they will be here on the 5th at 2:45.
So the state's coming here?
The commission, hold on, let me find out the exact,
So not the Wyndham Regional Housing Resource Workshop.
not the one that's on the 17th. This is one where they're going.
Yeah, this is the 17th, 4 to 6, Newburgh Fire Station.
This
good
is
thing.
the 5th.
Okay, I didn't see that. But that's fine, you and Marcel go, good,
Okay, good.
good.
All right, do we have to talk about anything with short-term rentals? Have we advertised that?
Yeah, this is the Wyndham Regional Commission startup meeting in Town Hall at 2:45.
Is that here?
But that's a.
Yes, with Wyndham Regional,
So that's a different one.
yes.
I'm not seeing that, but okay.
So I got a
When did you get
letter,
the email? Oh, Wyndham Town officials, please update? No, that's different.
I got a letter from Wyndham Regional. Congratulations to Winhall Selectboard and Planning Commission on the approval of the 2016 Winhall Town Plan Amendment
Right.
at the March 12th meeting of the Wyndham Regional Commission Executive Board. At the same meeting, WRC Executive Board confirmed Winhall's municipal planning process. Please make sure a copy of the amended town plan is submitted to the Department of Housing and Community Development using their online submissions website, blah, blah, blah. We look forward to working with Winhall to implement the current town plan and updated it in the future.
And Marcel sent us a note saying that the town plan amendment with the village designation was approved by Wyndham Regional.
That's,
So now he's gonna apply for
that's
grants.
to do with this. So I'm gonna pass that paperwork to you because it came
You
in.
can, we already got it by email, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you can keep it because if I
do.
do, I got so much paper at home, I don't know what to do with it also.
Okay.
So I just forwarded that on to you, the meeting.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
here it is. Another one,
all
March
right.
6th.
Still, real quick under old business. Normally I drop off the website stuff to you, and I know that you relayed the information last time, but this actually just came up with the other clerks. This is from Middlebury, and they have down in the corner, they have like it's called Text My Gov, and so what they'll do is it's an automated thing that we could put on the website for later on, and then if there's anything that comes up like road closure or something like that, you can opt in and they'll text everybody that's opted in.
So I have
Send you a
already been in
message.
meetings with the people of TextMyGov.
Okay, cool.
I have had several meetings with them and it is an expensive purchase.
Okay.
Just,
What?
it's where people can text and get on
Right.
like a listserv for texting to get alerts that the town puts out. Or they can ask for information about things. It depends,
How
but
much
God.
is it? Is it
It's-
something we want to put in a
it
budget?
seems to be somewhere between like 3,000 and like 5,000.
Just send a
for
few
this
texts?
service.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like.
It's automated too, so that's bizarre, but okay.
Yeah, I'm
Sure, it's-
normally I talk to you about the website stuff, but I hadn't seen you, so
Yeah.
I figured I'd bring it up. But
Okay.
Yep.
That sounds like a lot of money for not a lot of
It-
service.
I was
Well, it
questioning
seems like
it.
there's probably
but
another
there-
way to do it,
Right,
actually.
there might be.
Within our website.
I mean, we
there might be a
have,
way
we
to
have
do it.
quite a list of people who have emails.
Yeah, but there may be a way, if you want to text message that a road is closed or something, I mean, first people go to Facebook, which I don't do anymore, but if you, that seems to be the place to know when something's happening. Wow. Yeah, it looks white.
I know.
So, I just think that's,
Freaking white out.
that's probably something, I would think that our website program, we might be able to have a link on the website that does something like that, without their link.
I'm not sure, but I.
I don't know, something to ask, I don't know.
Tree and state a phone tree like the schools did.
Yeah, right, that's it, right?
How about the fire phone like we used to do?
WCA,
Randy remembers it.
CAX has a little,
The fire call list,
Yes.
because
Okay.
if there was a fire, you pick up the phone and you start down the list and call her, but there's a fire at such and such.
Heck, you used to pick up the phone and you talk to everybody, it was part of it.
Oh, man.
Okay, yes,
Okay.
Londonderry, it was a few years back, but when we had a different emergency management director, we signed up with Vermont Alert. And they had a system where you give them an alert and you tell them where the emergency is, like a river's flooding or
Yes,
whatever.
and there was
And they'll
blast
go
it
out
out.
to every cell phone and every landline in the area.
really?
Yeah, see, I knew there
We're
was.
looking into it.
Yeah.
Look,
There is
haven't
Vermont
ever
Alert.
used
We
it.
do
Oh, you know
have
about
that,
Vermont?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You people just have to sign up for it though.
well, could you get us some information on it when you get a chance?
We do,
Well, I think PD already does
Yeah,
have it.
I do.
That's our, we already have it, it's
It
free.
is? Okay.
yeah, see, that's a good thing, that's what I was thinking, that's a good thing. On new business, are we on new business?
I guess.
Because I got one, so one is, I don't know if you saw it, but Mike Cole, the chair of our.
Energy. I
Energy
make a
Committee.
motion, we appoint Ward Kane and Ryan James to
Second.
the Energy Committee.
Second,
Motion been made and seconded.
And who was the other one?
Ward Kane and Ryan James.
Oh, I
Lives on
know.
Route 30. On Route 30?
Lots of people I don't know.
I don't know where, but that's okay.
Motion been made and seconded,
Glad
and a
people
discussion to appoint him to the
Thank
Energy
you for your
Committee.
service.
Thank you for joining us.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay?
Then there was the email about the ethics that Marcel sent on, about that municipal ethics bill could preempt local authority.
Right, but those are bills, you never know what's coming.
Right, but this made me think about the policy,
Oh, the ethical
The conflict of
policy.
interest.
yeah, and so I wonder, like, that is trying to keep it local as opposed to state.
So this is a bill that's before the House,
Yeah.
so
Because it-
we don't know what's gonna happen.
It-
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
wait.
what I'm
I mean,
saying.
it's good for information, but I would say
Yeah,
we
just to
don't.
keep an eye on it, because we would rather have that
Anything we
control.
tell the state, they're not gonna worry about because they don't listen to this down here, so. Yeah, Derek, we gotta get Derek going.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, yep.
You-
Alright, so.
Hopefully you
yeah.
still got your snow tires on.
Yeah, I do, we're good, came on to mid-April. Here to talk about a vacancy. Nicole left for another opportunity. So we all know that she was a big part of the department and need to fill that as soon as possible. And I've worked a little bit with Lisa and Julie on putting together a posting, recruitment of that individual that will take her role. We've come up with the posting for that, and I believe
Is
it's
that
going
an
out today.
RFP or just a post?
Well, you're accepting resumes for that
It's an
position.
RFP, it's posted for a position opening.
Yeah, with the
Okay.
end date of April 12th.
That's,
Yep.
Who am I turning my timesheet into now? Okay, cool,
It can
okay.
go in the same spot it's always been, I'll just look there.
sweet, thank you.
Oh, and, outside,
Yep,
your,
that's it.
okay.
Okay, so you got it under control for now.
The only thing you might want to let, I don't know, so
I'll send out an email too
That's
as a
fine.
reminder,
Whoever
that's for sure.
gives timesheets, I didn't even.
Well, it's all of us.
Well, it's not all of us, we don't.
I don't.
Yeah. there's
Well,
not
But it's
everybody-
you and Doug, that's what I'm saying.
Me, down the police,
Maybe Lisa
the
should just let them
highway.
know, put it in the
They
same spot.
can go in the
I'll
same
take care of
spot.
it.
Okay, that's all I need
And
to
Nicole
know.
has offered to help with transitions in both spots. so-
That's great.
And so it's, yeah, everything is good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for us, or that's
I
really
don't
it?
know, just as long as I can start the process
Keep up
and
the
keep
good
you
work.
guys informed and
Yeah, I think I mean, you've got an RFP already written.
yeah, we're ready to go.
So, and then will you start interviewing people if you get their resumes before the 12th?
So I was thinking of, I think the 12th is a Thursday.
Of April, I
It's a
thought.
April,
Friday.
Friday.
Okay, then it's the Friday and then interviews on Monday, the following Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you, chief.
Awesome, thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Was that
I-
in May
I'm
or
sorry.
April?
April.
I thought you had more than that, I'm sorry, that's why.
Oh, no,
I felt
no,
off, I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
And
Okay.
so Nicole will continue to
No,
be-
she's gone.
No, I
No.
know, but she's
gonna help as
And
as
she'll get
necessary, but
paid
she's
for
Nicole.
that on an hourly
As she-
basis.
Yeah,
she
she's
Great.
good that way.
Just want to make that,
So I believe Monday was her last day, right? Or Saturday?
Monday.
Saturday,
Okay.
Monday, okay.
So,
Okay. Now,
so
what,
we didn't, sorry.
really?
Bring up the
Would
topic.
you like me to bring that up?
Please do.
Yeah. How about delinquent tax collector position?
Right, so when we last met, we talked about putting out the RFP, which I'm assuming is out or is on its way.
It's not, I wasn't part of that conversation, so you need to
Oh.
fill me in on what was discussed.
Oh, I thought we came out and
I
said,
thought we,
put out
or
an
whatever,
RFP.
let's, so,
So we get resumes like we did the last time.
Okay,
Yeah, but in the interim, we have to, I thought we would just keep Deb doing the job that
She
she's been
has-
doing.
we
on the
have to
same
have
terms
someone
that
in the-
she's been
in
doing
the
because
position.
you can't really change it right now, I think, right? I mean, I'm not.
correct.
Not thinking it would
I
be,
mean, weren't we talking about Melissa just doing it until then?
No,
Oh.
because Debbie's already doing it. I don't see any point in changing personally.
well, I mean, the point is that Lisa does it and she's doing it as part of her administrative job and there isn't, the 8% would go to the town. My point, I was thinking, was that we're in this sort of flux period and until we actually make a final change, we should just leave it the way it was. But what do you think, Al?
So everybody's already contacting Deb right now.
Yeah.
Every, phone, emails.
Yeah,
everything.
emails,
Everyone
She's
that's
been sending
that's
the letter
delinquent.
out. If you guys are putting out an RFP to possibly hire, you're gonna hire somebody, whether it's you.
It might be Deb.
Somebody
Might be
else.
Deb under different terms, but right
In
now I
what,
think.
2 weeks or something?
Yeah,
Well,
Wouldn't make sense to change it and then change it again in 2
that's
weeks.
exactly what I'm
That's what
thinking.
I was thinking.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. You've got a handle on it.
Yeah.
I think you should continue and we'll go from there.
And then there was
Personally,
that
but-
email
but
about
it's up
the
to you guys.
abatement.
No, it didn't, she just had a minor breakdown and it's all fixed
It's
now.
all-
She got
it's all
strong
paid.
and
It's all paid, she paid.
told the lady, I can't make an exception, and she said, okay, sorry. Yeah, the email made me actually double think, because that's the kind of thing you gotta just say no,
I know, but I wasn't really,
ready for
because,
that.
no.
You
No,
didn't
But I
know.
mean, at that point, I wasn't
You-
really the delinquent.
But at the point that it took place, you weren't the delinquent tax collector, were you? So, yeah,
So that's why I asked the question.
Oh, 'cause it was
and then-
September.
Then I called the lady and she
October.
paid it and we're all set.
Yeah, we're all good with that
I
now,
mean-
but we're gonna have to figure.
So, I mean, the problem is, when we send 2,000 tax bills, we don't know that they get to everyone's home. I mean,
Yeah, no, but this is a situation where that homeowner has owned this home for
understand.
probably longer than I've been here.
Yeah, I know, that's not that long.
That's, well, it's 40 years almost, but that's, you know.
But still, that we don't know that the mail makes it to them, because there are certain,
Right.
I have mail that doesn't show
I've
up at
sat
time.
there many times when Kate said, it's October 11th, it's never been any other year. You're paying your bill or I'm selling your house. I mean, that's, you know,
And
Yeah,
unfortunately,
pretty cut and dry.
it's pretty cut and dry, especially if somebody, you know, there are some
Put out an RFP.
situations, if there was a sale that just happened and for some reason, it's because this has happened, where the lawyer, not me, did not file the deed, so the new owner got no notice.
in 1975, that happened to me exactly.
It did?
Because when I bought my
That's
house
fine.
in June, I just assumed we were all
So I
set.
was not here, Stuart.
So I can't blame you in this case, just some other damn lawyer, you know?
Yeah, I can't,
So-
can't shoot him, can't live with him.
Also, under new business,
What do we got?
the correspondence with attorney John Stasny in
Oh.
regards to the municipal
Yeah,
services agreement.
I actually saw, I saw Bob in the post office and gave him the ups and downs on that. And, you know, it's an unfortunate thing. You know, the only thing we could do based on what John Stasny said, is to say, like, we don't mutually agree, but, you know, where's that gonna go? There's nothing that says, I thought there was possibly, and that's what we put out there. I thought there was possibly a difference between repair and upkeep, and actually, replacing a culvert is a capital improvement. So I thought maybe there's some, John Stasny did not agree with that.
So we also have to keep in mind that there are a lot of homes that people have up there that
They
pay
use the
taxes
road, sure.
to Winhall.
The
So it's
point
not
is-
just Stratton.
So Bob's point was that we were never, in his mind, and he's very clear about it.
Yeah.
And we were not, and he said call Carocchio, who I don't think I have Paul's card.
I saw him the other day.
Oh, you did?
But-
He said, call Paul Carocchio and you ask him what he remembers about this. And actually, Tony was at the meeting and Tony was on the board and signed that agreement too.
Mhm.
But, yeah, correct. So Bob and I didn't reach out to Paul. I don't believe I have a current contact for Paul for a few years now. But, it doesn't really matter so much what people say because it's in writing and, upkeep and maintenance.
Right.
That's how
Upkeep and repairs is what it says. And so is a culvert, replacing a culvert a repair? I mean, the only thing I
If the road
thought,
washes out, it's gonna be a repair.
it's a repair. I mean, my thought was that possibly it's a capital improvement. If you, and I said from a tax standpoint, if you repair your roof, you don't get anything for that. You replace your roof, it increases your basis, and when you sell, you get less of a gain. There's a difference between repair and replace. But in this case, I don't think that was the intent. The other thing is, I asked Bob who wrote that. He thinks it was Fisher. He thinks it was Bob Fisher. Ken's been dead for a while now.
That was, when was that?
Agreements are written.
In 2000?
Agreements are interpreted against the party that drafts them if there's an ambiguity. So, I mean, I would believe that Stratton also had their lawyers look
I'm
at
sure
it,
they
but I
have.
don't know, I wasn't there, and, yes, in the past, most of our things have just been repairing the road. It came
Well,
out there.
this is
But it's a huge
kind of a major renovation because I didn't want to repave the road till we brought those culverts
Sure,
up
of
to
course.
spec.
Yeah.
Because unlike they may do on Route 30, if they replace that culvert, now we're gonna have a bump in the road.
So it's a
We've been good
gigantic
at-
number, I would wish we could get out of it, but I do not believe from anything that our attorney responded with, that there's any way, shape, or form that we're getting out of that.
Mhm.
And we should just mutually agree and keep our relationship the way it is, I guess. On the upside, we only do Winhall, right?
Correct.
So, I mean, they have the rest of it, they've got to deal with themselves.
Okay.
Is this ever rewritten, or reviewed and rewritten, or reviewed?
It's not rewritten because it
Nothing
was it was a municipal service agreement with Stratton. And for us to rewrite it
It doesn't have a
would be,
provision in it that
would
says
be
this will be
a
reviewed.
negotiation of what everybody covers. The way we read it, we feel that we're somewhat responsible. I mean, they're paying half, they're paying for the winter maintenance, they're paying for the plowing, and
And they pay for, Bob was incorrect, and it's very clear, they pay for the guardrails, they just did it, you
We
heard.
used to pay for the guardrails,
They pay for
but
that.
we used to.
well, I know, but now
We
it
don't.
is very clearly stipulated, they are in charge of the guardrails and the winter maintenance and half of the cost of repaving it. So and they have agreed to pay for half of the culvert projects too. So it's not like I think it would be a big push for them to take on the whole thing as far as the,
Well, I think we would have a battle that wouldn't be worth fighting is probably,
Yeah.
I mean, and we don't like battling with them really, if we like to work with them as much as we can, because you're right. I mean, our town taxpayers get a benefit. I mean, Bob's concern is, well, one day the mountain's gonna close, well, maybe it will, I don't know. And then we'll have to figure out the
But
town.
you don't revisit that, it's not like.
it's not something you renegotiate because.
No.
No, I know you don't renegotiate, I just wondered if you, like, take it out and look at it and.
Well, we've
say-
looked at it several
No,
times.
Yeah, okay, so you do.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
we've seen it before and.
Well, yeah, no, but I
Okay.
mean, like, every
There's no
once in a while,
amending it.
you got a little lull in the action, hey, let's look that over, make sure that we are doing everything we need to do. And
No,
that they're
because
gonna-
there was a whole bunch of changes when, at one time, Stratton Corporation was on the hook for a passing lane.
They put in an intervale.
No,
There's a
that-
passing lane in Intervale.
No,
It was designed for a passing lane up to Taylor Hill and then one from Stratton West up through to Birch Hill.
Oh, that's.
Okay, and that got negotiated out, and they got relieved of that back, about time we were building this building, or buying this building.
That agreement specifically talks about, besides a number of other things, like, because it's municipal services, it's much more than just the access road. But in the access road part, it talks about
Right.
that they're gonna put in that passing lane at.
But that got negotiated out at
Yeah.
the time
Yeah, I
we
mean,
bought
that's-
this building, because, why did,
I
I
remember
think
that.
I think Stratton wanted out of it for the amount of money, there was a check written from Stratton to the town.
I think that was to help pay for this building.
Yes.
I think that's exactly what, I knew there was something, I couldn't remember.
There was three different passing lanes, from the bottom by Route 30 up around to where maybe possibly the first house is on the right there.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a passing lane there, and then there was gonna be one in Intervale and
Yeah.
one up by Birch
Right,
Hill.
They just put the
as you said, I'm pretty sure that was to get a check.
They didn't even do the Intervale one, Bill Wiley did that.
Right,
when he-
exactly.
When he did those condos.
Yeah.
Everybody uses it in a passing lane if you're a slow truck.
If they pull over enough.
Yeah, no, they do.
The trucks go up through there a lot faster than they used to.
Yeah.
Okay,
They got
well,
a
we
lot more
got
horsepower.
that, we got that all straight out.
But anyways, yeah, no, I think you're right. I think we got a check from them to help pay for this. That's how we negotiated it out.
Correspondence?
Okay, I don't know about any other correspondence. We have the minutes from the last meeting of Wednesday, March 6th.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes for the meeting of March 6th.
Second.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we got anything else? Deb, you got any? No? Thank you for coming.
There you go.
And, almost dumped the water.
That's it, we got the bills, right? Slowed up a little bit out there.
Yeah. All right, thanks for coming, guys. Hopefully we'll get that straightened out.
Thank you so much for your efforts and
No
all
problem.
you do.
All righty. I think he'll get it straightened out. Scott's on it. I kinda like it better than he was responsible for the whole thing. He's got broad shoulders. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, because he has no days off.
Randy, hope we don't see you later.
Hopefully not, yeah.
Oh, they got to go to beautiful
Oh.
Huntsville, Alabama.
What? What's
One
that?
of the, Jacob Lacoste got to go.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Thank
Good night.
you.
See ya.
Hi, thank you all.
Safe drive.
Yeah, we don't far to go, I could walk, but I had to.
Yeah,
Yeah, but watch out for traffic.
yeah.
That's the scariest part.
Gotta walk
Yeah,
again.
you
I got my eyes
Facing
full.
traffic.
I got my eyes full that night at the Pinnacle when I was sitting in the car.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was an experience and a half.
Put your
Right.
four-wheel drive on.
Yeah, I definitely am.
Nice.
Is there fire?
No, the traffic backup, we waited for almost 3 hours for the state highway to come out. We've got a meeting next week with state
Whenever somebody
highway
approves it,
to-
I'd like to
to talk it over,
let them know it was.
to see.
Are you leaving us?
Well,
I wanna go home.
That's
Oh.
going
Like,
to Brattleboro.
I mean, I
Yeah.
gotta get all the way over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I'm staying with yours question.
you-
I'm still here.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Drive
Wells
safely.
for you.
No, I
Are
think
we
we're all right.
going-
Thank you.
Safely.
Hank,
If you have questions, I.
You want this one?
Yeah, we got your, no, we have a meeting coming up next week to meet with 2 districts of state highway, because we had fire crews out at multiple accidents last weekend.
What are you doing, at the Pinnacle?
All over, because that storm we had on the Saturday that I was gone,
Right, that was a.
I'm sorry, when you say the Pinnacle, are you?
Not
you mean
at the
Kandahar? You
yeah,
meant Kandahar, okay.
I didn't say
Well, Pinnacle,
Pinnacle, you said Pinnacle.
No.
She said Pinnacle.
Well-
It's called the Pinnacle.
I know,
understand.
it's still called Kandahar as far as I'm
Well,
concerned.
I call the Pinnacle.
Right,
That's the top of Jamie Lane, that's Pinnacle.
I
Okay,
never
well.
knew that.
okay.
Yeah, I
Now-
don't understand.
Now, do you know where,
See how there
You're
could be
gonna
a
get this
traffic jam up there.
So we had men out on the road at accident scenes for more than 3 hours waiting for the state highway to come.
Okay, I did not.
And we have a meeting with them next week to address why did it take 3 hours to get your crews out here?
So
It's not-
you've seen all of them, is actually, this, Stuart hasn't seen this, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Right, that was a nasty storm.
That's what I heard. It didn't bother me a bit, because I was in Florida.
Oh, well, it was terrible.
It went quite well, according to mine, but we had, the problem is, it's stressful on all our guys to be out there for 2 or 3 hours waiting for state highway to get there.
Let alone all the people who were off the road.
Correct.
Okay. This one I've seen, this is the only one I need is that, one. You need this one. And then
Those freaking doors are so expensive.
I didn't hear what the,
No, I'm
Well,
just
what?
talking about the normal.
Yep.
Everything
I
related.
noticed that Scott did not tell us what the quote was.
Well, it's irrelevant. It's one of them things. The problem is, the trucks,
Yeah, I didn't even actually hear exactly what happened.
the truck pulled in, he didn't get far enough in, he punched the door to close it, he thought he was in far enough,
Oh,
and it came down on the back. And I were married on June 28th of 1975. So
we got a
June
anniversary coming
of
up.
this year, it will be 49 years. Once in a while I say to her, gee, it seems like it's been longer than that.
What are y'all gonna do?
I'd say 5 happy years?
Yeah. What are you gonna, y'all were babies then when you got married.
19 and 20.
Yeah, that's young. I mean,
So we're, yeah, so we're gonna just,
did y'all meet in high school?
yep. Yep. Now, I knew her grandfather from when I was little. Her grandfather used to own where Homestead Landscaping is.
Oh.
He lived there for many years, and I knew him because he worked for my uncle, and we worked on his car at the gas station and all. And when we got together, then soon after we were married, his house burned.
Whoa.
Major fire.
And-
He couldn't live in it. So I said, well, come on, Willie, come on home. You're going to my house. Well, I didn't realize you were going to be there for 8 months.